I know over the last 6 years, you've been active with your personal life, your family, but also active with national politics. Because your party is the Unity Party. You've been helping to bring the party back to power after you lost 2017. So how has it been for you?
Yes, we were playing role in our country in different aspects. Yes, we were involved with politics, but we were also involved with the governing process of our country.
Mm.
Uh, I served briefly at the legislature as a head of secretariat for the Joint Education Committee
Oh, okay.
office there, where I served for a few years, and then later on moved at the forestry
Mm.
and FDA
Okay.
as a management consultant, where I were until close to the election. I had to leave to go there and serve the Unity Party as chairman of Mosorado County
Ah.
because Mosorado is the most populated county. When you want to win the election, you have to
Mm-hmm.
win Mosorado. So I have to leave the FDA, and my big brother and friend, the then managing director, Simas Doyen,
Mm-hmm.
was there. I have to leave to go and do some political work for the Unity Party.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, but he was then supporting the CDC. I just saying this to say,
yeah,
how tolerant some political
yeah,
spaces can be.
yeah.
As much as you came from the Unity Party, but you still worked with him to strengthen the capacity of the FDA.
He's a decent big brother. In fact, we still work together. He was visiting me a few days ago at the Paynesville City Corporation,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a decent person. So he's always been my friend, and there's nothing of politics will change it. I respect CMAS,
Mm-hmm.
and regardless of what side he support, we are a good friends.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you eventually became victorious. I mean, the Unity Party,
Yeah.
and today I mean, the becoming mayor of this city, this great city. Was this something you envisaged?
Yeah, we have planned to look at our municipal government over the period. I was at the town affairs,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of city matters, and we saw the province then that our province in our country, the reason Liberia is the way it's looking because of how we have to look at municipal government in every country in the world where growth take place, where development take place, municipal government. So yes, I ended in President Sadiq government as Deputy Minister of Technical Service at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication.
Mm-hmm.
So most people thought I was going to be opting for something in their mind bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew I planned this. I
Your
said,
passion is
yeah, I got a lot of training in urban development, city planning, and I wanted to showcase
mm-hmm.
how we can plan a Liberia city and make it better because it's in the city where development take place. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
so
just brief us about your professional background in city planning, city development, urban development, all that.
okay, I before getting to government, I came from the education sector.
Mm.
I first studied management and economics, and then I was a young teacher. I was the vice principal of a Haywood Mission Institute, and then leaving Haywood, I was taken to government at the Ministry of Information, where you people
Mm-hmm.
meet it. But I was not doing journalism work.
I know.
I was the director for motion picture, and I
Okay.
was there while working in few months, and I was started from there to go to be the assistant minister to Amos Tuer. He was the deputy minister for urban affairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got there. I started to study the field, and I started to do other training. Went to Korea in Isian, did some training at the University of Isian and with the United Nations Organization of Sustainable Development,
Mm-hmm.
that headquarters in Isian in Korea. And I also went to Galilee at the Galilee State University, where I also did training
Mm-hmm.
and education in urban development, city management. Kimba also had the opportunity with UN Habitat to go to Nairobi to also look at city management at the University of Nairobi.
So you have
Yeah.
this, I mean, just vast experience when it comes to city development.
Yes, because when I took over urban affairs, I had to get interest in city management. And I had to know that our country will never develop if we don't look at urban governance.
Mm.
So I grew interest, and then I went on. Then we, after every 20 years, the United Nations developed a national plan for urban development or municipal or city development called Habitat. So 2016 or Habitat 3 after over 20 years. And I was fortunate to be the secretary for the African Report Development Team.
Mhm.
And I was fortunate to travel to a lot of African countries, almost 45 of them, to make sure that we together compile the African report. And then in Liberia, the deputy minister just appointed as the minister of internal affairs for urban affairs, Edinburgh, was the head for the Liberian report development,
Mhm.
and I was the focus person working with her from the ministry to make sure that she developed the report. And due to all of those things, we got immersed interest
Mhm.
in urban development, and we think that is the answer to Liberia development.
So you come to the table with this experience, but also I know you are very familiar with the enormity of the challenges that becloud the city of Paynesville. I mean, we've been here, we know how the Paynesville is the biggest city in the country. Do you know the challenges that you've inherited?
Yes, we have analyzed the challenges of most of Liberian city because we stay out there
Mhm.
at the internal affairs and look at the cities. But now we have even narrowed it down to Paynesville. That's the reason since we are citizens of this city, we decided to set up a benchmark that other city will pick up from in Liberia. And most time the emphasis mainly on the traveling sanitation situation in Paynesville
Mhm.
and the important environmental issues we have in Paynesville. That's where most time people look at, and they are right because it is the thing we see every day. We
Mhm.
see the day in the street. We see people encroaching on the mangrove. We see flooding. Those are things that we see every day. But beyond that, those are just a symptom of the situation or the effect of what we see in the city. But the real issue of what is happening or what has happened to Liberia City, especially Paynesville, is the increase in population.
Mhm.
Paynesville, like other cities in Liberia, was not prepared for the type of increase. There was no proper planning. And before the war, the population of Paynesville was not more than 50,000.
Mhm.
But then during the war period, the population increased. Now, our recent census say we are about 700,000 people live in Paynesville.
Mhm.
So how did we prepare for 700,000 people? So if you see the sanitation problem, the solid waste issue,
Mhm.
it is where it comes from. And when people have come in, you don't expect those people to go back to the interior. They are here to live. So they encroach on the mangrove,
Mhm.
they build in the alleyway, shelter, makeshift things, and then they build in the waterway. And then when there's rain, you find flooding. When there's fire break up, you find fire service vehicle cannot reach to the homes where fire are in the city. Those are all issues that come from
Mhm.
the overpopulation and lack of planning
Yeah.
of the city. So
Yeah.
those are the main issues in Paynesville City.
I agree with you. People from outside Monserrado County, from the rural areas, are most likely to reside in Paynesville when they come to Monserrado.
Very right. Very right.
I'm one of the examples. I came from Banga and I stopped Paynesville today. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I mean the population has grown that you are aware of,
yeah.
but how do you tackle it? I mean, you can curtail the population. It will continue to increase, Now the population density now will put pressure on maybe the sewage system, the building in the waterways, all these kinds of things, waste management, the increase in plastic. Because when you look at city corporation, for me, I think they hinge on two major regimes: waste management and city ordinance. How do you intend to tackle these issues?
And that is what we want to correct. The city corporation is not a solid waste company. The city corporation is a city government.
Mhm.
A city government should be like every other government should look after the needs of its citizens. And solid waste collection is just uh, the 7% of such issue. But if we get the city government running well, all of those things will be put in place. So what we have to put our focus on a proper planning. How do we manage the people? How do we plan for the people in 20 years to come? Should we have Paynesville City being the same? So that is one thing we are going to do. We are now developing a 5-year strategic plan of how Paynesville City should run and how it should be after that. We have now divulged the Department of Technical Service from the Department of Urban Planning and Zoning.
Mm.
So that Department of Urban Planning and Zoning will be responsible to plan the future
So
of
you've taken early decision by detaching technical service from urban planning and zoning.
yeah,
All
because
right.
every city in the world should have an urban planning department because
Mm.
that is the future of a city. That's why you see the Western city they are growing because they can tell you in 5 years time we'll have this place like this.
Mhm.
In 10 years time this place will be like this, and that is what is lacking in Paynesville. Then our zoning process also, because urban planning go with zoning. Our zoning process will tell you where to build a certain home, where to build a certain facility. So we can have ERBC here, and then right by ERBC, somebody is building a gas station
Mm.
attached to the ERBC fence. I was just informed by Senator Jonathan Segbe that at the 101 gas station, there's a nightclub upstairs,
Yeah, yeah,
and then the people are smoking.
yeah. This thing.
Yeah, so you get a gas station dance and people are playing with fire up there.
Mm.
It's a poor planning issue because fire is likely to strike with the gas station and then you have disaster.
So, for example, practical action to curtail that. What do you do in that case?
We will be writing that institution, tell them no, it can't happen here. You can't do that. You are
Mm.
risking your own life and the life of other people. So you got to stop that. It's against our zoning code. You can put a nightclub and a gas station in
Mm.
the same building
Mhm.
because obviously when people come to the nightclub, they do some stuff because it is the place where those things happen. So we are telling the people our zoning code cannot attach where you'll be playing with fire and where you'll be having petroleum and a product being
Mhm.
sold.
Mhm.
So those are things we're going to look at. Only we're going to look at our urban situation. We're going to plan our city well. We're going to make sure that we improve on our solid waste collection, and we're going to make sure that we improve on our environmental processes.
Mm. So for now you detached the technical service. What does the Department for Technical Services does?
Okay, the Department for Technical Services is going to make sure that they focus on technical issues like construction of building,
Mhm.
like road maintenance, like make sure that people that are building bring the plan at the city corporation, and the type of building you are putting up is sustainable and safe enough. So
Mhm.
those technical issues about looking at the house plan, make sure that this is proper for a particular location. Then the planning issue of where what should go where will be done by the city planning and zoning department. So if you want to build in that area, the technical committee will already have from the zoning
Mm.
that this type of structure is needed in this area. This type of structure cannot be there because
But what has been lacking, Mayor Bestman, is that the full implementation of the mandate, the full implementation and getting the people stop from building where they're not supposed to build has been a problem. The compromise is too much. The compromise is too much. How are you going to work around that?
And that is the issue because a government, one aspect of government is to set precedent, and you have to have enforcement in place. Because when the citizen sees that you say things that you don't mean,
Mm-hmm.
they don't take you serious. So when we talk about zoning, we should make sure that it is enforced. When we talk about planning, that when we're moving people from one location to another location, we don't want to do it haphazardly. We
Mm-hmm.
just run behind people and beat them. We'll rattle like they are kid. We have to educate them. That's why we are focusing on our department of communication and the department of community service. We reach out to the people, educate them enough to tell them that this is against the law of the city, the ordinance of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So by this time, we want you to relocate from here to the appropriate area which we have recommended and we have prepared for you to move in. So with that notice
Mm-hmm.
will be done appropriately, then we move you. When we move you, to have you there, we'll have to put our enforcement regime in,
Mm-hmm.
where we'll have to use our enforcement team, the city police, because that is the reason why the police, when we have done all of the work, the communication people have done the education, we have to put a little enforcement in. So the city police will come in when we have removed you, so you can't come back,
Mm-hmm.
because we have to have a city where when someone is sick and moving from let's say at the soul clinic, and they are passing through red light, they can't be locked up in that vehicle because people are selling their produce on the quota. We can't do that because you may end up getting a pregnant woman killed because the ammonia cannot move through
Mm-hmm.
or road that were paved for movement of vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So those
I
are
mean,
things.
I understand the point. I understand, but the mindset of the people, the mindset of the people will have to change. Education, and you have this great idea about urbanization, but most of the criticisms toward the city corporation has been poorly handling of waste. You see huge stockpile of garbage in street corners all around the streets. How are you going to work around a strong waste management regime?
That's true, Mr. Kamara, and I can tell you we are having that in place. On uh, Friday, we will be launching a Clean Cities Art Review campaign because all of us together have to clean Paynesville City where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the responsibility of managing the city is both with the city corporation, but also the responsibility of keeping our environment and our city clean is with all of us, the citizens of Paynesville. Solid waste movement have been an issue because there are a lot of other disadvantages that face Paynesville City. Paynesville City is the most populated city in the country with 700,000. The city that is closer to us is Monrovia City with 150,000. Look at the margin.
Mm-hmm.
So you would know that 700,000 human beings will produce more waste,
Mm-hmm.
and we are not counting those that come from all of the nearby county to do business in Paynesville, especially
Temporarily and go back there.
really. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know that, and you just said it. Except three counties, Bomi, Bapolu, and Kitma. All other counties in this country, when you come to Liberia capital, the first place you must reach is Paynesville City. When you come from out of the country and get to Rabat International Airport, the first place you must touch is Paynesville. So Paynesville is so important when it comes to think the solid waste. What we are doing more education on how we move our solid waste. We were the last time having a meeting with the marketing association. I was telling them something I saw in Ghana and Uganda, in Kampala. the marketing association there control their own waste, and they collect money from the members. Like we do, we our marketing association do the same thing here. They write project to the bank. They get a waste collection trucks
Hmm.
machine, and they collect their own waste, and their people pay to them because waste collection is not free. The city should be able to take care of the main street. The marketing association take care of the marketing, garbage and other things. So they go there, collect the garbage from the marketing people, and the marketing people pay to them. Then we will not have that pile of garbage at Gobacho. And they will also be making more money.
Hmm.
International organization will want to see those type of things. It's happening right here in Accra with the marketing association. It's happening in Uganda, in Kampala. I saw it myself when we were on the urban project. So we can do the same thing here. And we are also working with our transit center. Moreover, got two transit center. They got Fiamma and Spotton Creek.
Hmm.
So whenever we have problem at the landfill, like we have now, we have a fire situation at the landfill. Both Moreover and Paynesville cannot take garbage there. We are cutting out the fire since January. But at least Moreover can take the garbage at Fiamma, and they can take it at Spotton Creek to hold up until the fire is caught up. But Paynesville had nowhere. That's why you see the garbage at Relay.
Hmm.
You see some part of the street, the garbage. Even in our truck, when we collected the garbage, we had a paddle in our trucks, nowhere to take it. So we are now working to make sure that when time is cut off, then we can move on. But we are also working on a holding center with the World Bank for Paynesville. And when that is done, we can rest assured there would not be a single garbage that you see in the street for more than days because we will have somewhere to carry the garbage.
It all comes down to, equipment, logistics. Sometimes it's even is difficult for people like us to understand the effective way to clean the city, because you wake up one morning, you see this people just dumping from the community, these disadvantaged young people will take. Do you have the capacity? Do you have the equipment, the logistic? Do you have the manpower? Like what happened to the lead up to the inauguration, where every day you see people in the street cleaning up, the drainages, cleaning up, taking garbage from communities. Will you have that? It comes to the manpower, to the amount of people that you employ, short-term employment, all these volunteers and all that.
That is one of the issue with Paynesville. That's something we are working on very early. Paynesville have less than 58% that claim Paynesville.
Mm.
Less. So you go for casual worker most times.
So no wonder.
So we have to work on that. When you look at the payroll of the civil servant between Paynesville and Monrovia, you know that on the uh, payroll of civil servant, you have about 900% for Monrovia. You have just about 130% for Paynesville. And other than 130%, you have police, you have the administrative staff.
They're dominating.
Yeah, so Paynesville need more people to clean Paynesville. We need more people because this is the biggest city. And another thing we are working on is our primary waste collection. By the time we have a settle, we need more CBO and more CBEs to come on and collect the waste, but they do have to have somewhere to carry the waste. So those are issues we are working on. We have to first talk with the central government. That's what we are working on to get the requisite staff to make sure that Paynesville is engaged and clean. From the rehab, the RIA road coming in to right to Iyadere Junction here where you are, it's a long stretch. Even the 50% cannot clean it. Then you talk about Raleigh, you talk about the Somalia, the Japanese uh,
Yeah, how? Yeah.
highway road, and then you go back to the winter to the FDA road.
Mm-hmm.
So Paynesville
The
is a
Mount
very
Barclay and all
yeah,
this.
it's a very big area. So we need more people to clean, and we even need more people for enforcement because when you doing a municipal work, you have to get enforcement in place because there will be people that will violate. That's why the city ordinance is for. When people are violating, you got to put them on, and that have to be done by enforcers.
Okay. Mayor Bestman, let's understand which waste is the responsibility of the city corporation to dispose of, and which one is the responsibility of the community people to dispose of. Let's know the difference between these wastes.
Okay, the primary waste is the one that you take from your home, so you should be able to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to pay for it. You should be able to pay a waste company to come and collect your waste because you are producing it. Or you can pay the city corporation to have a primary waste team to go and collect it and you pay. So the secondary waste are the one that you find in the street, at the transit center, and other things to move. And that is the city priority to collect the waste.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you see Liberian people, they're very smart. Don't think that they do this thing. They try to change the primary waste to secondary waste. They move it over the cover of that and put
Mm-hmm.
it in the street because they know when it's in the street, it
Mm-hmm.
is the city responsibility to take it from the
And I
street.
tell you what,
Yeah,
the community waste is the one that overgrown
yeah.
the
Street,
street, yeah,
yeah,
the street waste.
yeah. And other waste come from homes.
Mm.
It comes from homes. That there's nobody sitting here at ERBC on the road there, putting waste to part up. Maybe when you come here, you want to eat something, maybe just a plastic or something. It can't reach to that level. You are not cooking here,
Mm-hmm.
so you will not have potato greens and other things here. So you know the waste comes from homes. And you should be paying for your primary waste. We have CBOs, we have CBEs. If you subscribe with one of them, they will get your waste. Or you subscribe with the city corporation, then they will find a waste collection company, or they will send their team to collect waste. Former Minister of Baba gave us, just call us, and we send our team there.
To collect her waste.
She had a waste there. Send our team there, and she works with them. They collected the waste, and most time now she called the people. It's very simple.
Mm.
Yeah, but some people keep it. They call our less fortunate brothers, give it to them. It is good, but it's also you also doing it to your own community because when we make the city filthy, that waste you are giving to our less fortunate guy, you're going to drop it right to the neighbor house, or
Mm-hmm.
just drop it right on the street close to you.
Or in a swamp.
Yeah, and then you are polluting the environment. And what will come from there will come mosquito, roaches, and other things will come to you. And when it comes to you, what happened? You got sick. At the end of the day, the little money you are to pay to a waste collection company, you'll be paying more money to the hospital. So
Mm.
the better the better we clean our city, the
Mm-hmm.
good for all of us. So we have to do it. And it's not the responsibility of any one citizen in the city, it's for all of us. Because if you clean yours and your neighbor is not, it's also going to affect you.
Mm.
So we all got to serve as ambassador of our city, ambassador of Paynesville, telling people that it is healthy for you to clean your city.
You know, I love to see the practical side of things happening. When do we see active waste collection, active enforcement of some of the plans you have coming into effect? Where do we see that?
Beginning Saturday. Saturday, we will be starting the Clean Cities Art Review campaign in Paynesville,
Mm.
and we will run it the first 2 weeks. We'll be in every community, we'll be in every street corner, we'll be moving there, we'll be cleaning the place, and after cleaning certain area, like how we did here the Dupont Road Junction,
Mm-hmm.
hotspot where people easily put garbage when we clean. We want to deploy our city police and make sure
To
that
just
people.
man that place.
Yes, yes. When you see Dupont Road Junction, that is the reason why nobody putting that there.
In our roundabout.
Yes, we have city police assigned there, and we'll do the same thing to EW Junction. We're going to have, by the time we move the day from Saturday going on, we're going to have people assigned there. And nobody going to bring that. We are now moving preparing to move the day at the relay.
Are you thinking about building some on a lake city police booth
Yes.
where your guys are and
Yes.
just there, just watching, even day and night they there?
Yes. They are there now with all the booth, but we are now, the booth building is in process. All of those has, we're going to build a city police booth where they're going to be there to look at those spots that nobody go and put that there.
You listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. This morning we're having an intense conversation with the city of Paynesville, Mr. Robert Bestman. Mayor, let's talk about beautification. I mean, I know, like I said, the issue of Paynesville City is very complicated. You have the population growing, the number of wastes on the increase. You have to clean up. You need the logistics, you need the trucks, you need the manpower, you need the number of the increase in city police to man these areas, and to you need people in the communities to clean up the waste and educate the people, all those kind of things. What about beautifying the city?
You are right.
What do we see happening?
You are right, and that's one of the main issue. We need one of the main reasons why we need the Department of City Planning and Zoning, and in that department we have the city beautification session, and like the Minister of Public Works and I have been discussing. You talk about this roundabout that is being created at the EAWA junction here. You know, we have to make our city attractive to other people. If we talk about tourism always, people want to come to a city that will get some attraction for them. They take their photos and they see things that they don't easily see in other areas. They don't want to come to a city where they will see filthy. So Minister Giddens and I have been discussing the junction. We want to put our national symbols in the the center area there, and the city of Paynesville and the public were going to be designed that area all the way down to Rehab. We do the same thing going down to the health ministry and coming down to Dupont Road and going all the way. So we're going to all of our major roundabout, the police academy, the Dupont Road, we're going to make sure that they have creative uh, situation being creative things being done there so it can look good. Like the Portland area.
But no one will be brave to dispose waste at the, maybe you build on a heritage,
yes,
structure somewhere there. Nobody will be brave and put that in that thing.
Yeah, we believe on we beautified and look people are there taking their photo. I think even the population will not allow anybody to put that there when they found out that this place is attractive and people are coming to take their photo. They are doing well there. People will start to be a citizen police on each other. So we are focusing on the beautification of the city, and we know Paynesville, like we said initially, it's a gateway to Liberia. When you enter the country, say you come into the capital city, this is the first place. In fact, some people come to Paynesville and go back and they think they are in the capital city of Liberia. Because why some of the football team that come, they come right to SAD. Sometimes they don't even go to Monrovia and they go right back. When they get back, you ask them to come from the capital of Liberia. So that is why Paynesville is so important, because we get a lot of attraction here. That's our people here. And the city have actually, the capital city have actually moved to Paynesville. People that live in the last two presidents from Paynesville, President Weah and President Boakai, both in Paynesville. And now the vice president, the speaker, the past speaker, they all are in Paynesville. So Paynesville is now the direction of the city where everybody come in. You talk about me, myself, years back when I came from Bon County,
Mm.
Paynesville was a location.
Yeah.
And we all have lived here and we are citizens here. Like uh, people, most time when Liberian travel, you see they are in Minnesota or Philadelphia. So that how Paynesville look like. Well, you come from anywhere, you come to Paynesville. And Paynesville is a city for all Liberians. So we all should help them make Paynesville habitable because when you come, you have to have a city
Mm.
to live in. And that city has to be Paynesville because that is the first place you get.
Mayor, I want to know your practical plan towards red light and also the market right here. Yeah, there be this market. If you check in that market, you see this. The first market that doing the administration of Ellen,
Uh,
the builder market before relocating to the new one. But that bill, I mean, that place is a mountain of garbage.
garbage.
Yeah, in the whole market.
Yeah.
What is your practical plan for these two red light, especially red light? Because the previous government tried, they failed in relocating the people to Omega. Even at that Omega area, you still have people, the waste is taking over again. People now going in the market, they're selling on the road, and all those kind of things. Well, what are your plans?
Yes, the issue of red light and the Dupo, I mean the area market is an issue that we have been planning for a couple of while now. We have to do it in an organized manner. The people at area junction have to go to the market. We heard a lot of stories about oh, there's snake in the market, there's witchcraft that appear to people in the market. Those are Liberia situation. They said the same thing about the mansion when people are in the mansion and this thing will appear to people, but people are there and it's not happening. So we have to go first. Our team will go first and do education. We'll clean the garbage from that market. We'll prepare the market for the people. We'll do education. After the education, we'll insist that people go in the market because the government spend resources to prepare that market.
Mm-hmm.
And when the market is prepared, people cannot say we can sell in the market. And you use the market as a garbage holding area instead of selling there. And you see people all on the street.
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful road that has been prepared by the government, you can't have people coming to sell chicken feed, potato grain, all on the market. Road, it doesn't occur well for our country. And when people come to see us, these people, I don't think they are civilized. But it is just few. Some of them need education. You talk about the radar issue.
Mm-hmm.
The radar issue, we want to have series of meeting with the petty trader because the marketing association said they have moved and because they had two separate leadership. They had the petty trader leadership, they had the marketing association leadership. So we are dealing with the both. The petty trader, we are having education with them, telling them the first thing you have to do is to leave the pavement, the quota, go behind the line where they're making this back. Then when we get the car passing, clearly we're all being embarrassed. Then we get behind that and start to settle the urban planning issue. Marketers that should be in the market will have to go to the market store.
Mm.
Petty trader that are selling the law in Liberia identify and define what is petty trade. So if your goods have exceed certain limit, you can't be having it in the street and call yourself petty trader. So you have to either find a market store or you move in the market building. So those education will be done at the cutoff point. There will be enforcement, and the enforcement will be done properly. But we'll make sure that the education more, and we show when we educate those people, more people will move to the place.
Mm.
But if we carrying people that sell potato grains, we'll make sure that all the potato grain people move in. So some potato green people cannot move in and some remain. Then the other people that are in the market, they figure out that when people come to buy potato green, they buy from the people in the street. and they don't come to them. So they too will come on the road.
Mm.
So when we move in people that sell bitter ball, we make sure we move all the bitter ball people there and they are settled in. So when you want to buy bitter ball, you have to go there. But when the bitter ball people that have moved and see that other bitter ball people are on the street, and when people come, they see the other bitter ball people, they buy from them, and they don't have to go in there. Then they too
Mm.
will have to come back. So we have to move them by segment. By segment. If we move in people that sell used clothes,
So, but only those in stores supposed to be in red light.
yeah, those are in market stores. It can be in red light.
Yeah.
Those that are selling petty train below certain uh, uh, amount of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
what you can hold in your hand and move.
Yeah, like
are
literally
selling,
people selling
yeah,
the clothes.
yeah,
They,
those things. Why you
yeah.
can move on the sidewalk, not on the road.
But even the fence, they've started breaking down.
Yeah, they have broken all of the era in between. But we are going to enforce it. Maybe this time we are thinking of putting concrete in between that. So people across that can be doing the business. Yeah, the car, yeah, the vehicle have easy passage. And it is done in Accra, it is
Yeah, but
done
yeah,
in Lagos, it is done
yeah,
all
yeah.
over the
In,
world.
in
Yeah.
Lagos, they fence a whole slum community,
Yeah.
and that slum community has one way.
Yeah.
If our cars there running traffic in the slum community, they fence the whole community.
Yeah, it is done. It is done all over the world. So when you can control a certain situation, you use that fencing mentor. So the people say across there, at least the road can be free for vehicle to pass.
A couple of concerns. How many CBEs you have on your book that you know of? How many CBEs?
Okay, the CBE's issue have been put on hold because there's nowhere for them to dump that there. So we are reopening the process in a shorter time. So for now, we don't have any notable CBEs because we told other than to hold on.
To seize.
Yeah, because if you get the garbage, you have to have somewhere to carry to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So because there's nowhere to take it, so we don't want to register any CBEs right now. So for now, CBEs and CBOs have been asked to put on hold. That's why we are.
But then it will increase waste in the community. So
yeah, we are replanning the primary waste, and in that vein, very soon, right after our launching, we are now going to open it and then come register, and we want to have somewhere now they're going to be taking it there, because if you register your company as a CBE, you pay a fees to us.
Mhm.
You go in the community and take the garbage. Where are you going to carry?
So personally, when time is closed.
Yeah, when time is closed, we intending opening it on Saturday. When time is closed, been closed since.
Why was it closed?
There's a fire outbreak. I think if you watch DGen, the Paynesville page, you see there's no way a vehicle can go up there. There's no way a truck can go there because the fire there is so immense that we've been working on it. We have people deployed there, cutting out the fire. We use a fire service vehicle. We have damage. We use the LPRC vehicle, firefighting vehicle. Also, we're using every means to cut out the fire, but we have made a lot of progress in this few days. By Saturday, we will be moving garbage there.
And I yet to understand why we. It said we don't have a more advanced technology to dissolve waste, or I mean, maybe you need to check up with the Chinese or the other people, the international partners, how they can do it. Because as populated China is the other continent was what about us? Now another person asking where are the designated areas for to dispose of the waste?
That is why I was just explaining. Unlike Morovia, you have
I mean in the areas maybe there be where exactly Tubero Junction.
Yes, we don't have the era now because we were talking about erupting RCB, where you used to have the heavy trash, something people go but we are resetting. We are talking about finding destination center because if you go to a community and you got the land around your area, you want to set or being there for people to bring it there. that home will say, no, 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 we don't want it because it will be difficult for people to come and take it there, and then our whole area will tend to a garbage. So we are trying to make the garbage collection more frequent, regular, and by the time we get that and get the community-based enterprise moving the garbage, we'll cool the garbage issue down. And we are on it. We are also trying to find designated area to erect RC bin where it will be sitting and people will go put their garbage there and we can get the garbage out. But for
Mm.
now, we have no direct destination site because people are now waiting
Mm-hmm.
to have those things closer to their homes.
They have a couple of young people here. A couple of concerns. Like I said, Paynesville is very complicated.
Mhm.
So a lot of concerns coming. I did a report the last time on the JC and Howard cemetery. What we call the cemetery right down here.
Mhm.
Yeah. What the community name? Voga
Voga
Mission.
Mission,
Yeah,
yeah.
Voga Mission. What's your plan about cemeteries that are supposed to be closed, but they are not closed, and people still burying there, and some have hazard way of burying, just dumping bodies and causing pollution in communities. What are your plans?
We have a plan for the cemetery, and the president of the republic also have a plan. And that was last week. He sent for me, and he said he want to fence the Dupo Road Cemetery and the JC Harris site in the Focal Vision.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now in the process. We are generating those things. It should be part of the 100 day. Yes, it's mean we are going to start it very soon.
Okay.
Those cemetery have been filled long time, so we're going to fence it. The process will be starting in a couple of days, maybe week. But the procurement process and the financing process is going through the Ministry of Finance, and you can rest assured those two cemetery have met their zenith. So we have to close them
Mm-hmm.
and make sure we build a fence, put lighting processes around it, and keep it locked. Where we will have meeting with people that have their family buried there. We can database all of the family name, make us own, put on the place there. People come from decoration. The place is already clean. You just acknowledge it by the name of your family, people that are there on the wall, and that place be closed
For good. No more burial.
no more burial there because the place has passed the limit.
It's that government through the PCC don't have land anymore.
When
you look around Pittsburgh, do you have government land anymore?
We have some government land that have been encroached on by people. We set up a committee yesterday that are moving up. Some people have squatters on the government land. Some people encroach there by themselves. There's a lot of government land. We were able to identify about 10 of them. I set up the committee yesterday, headed by the city manager, Mr. Bernard. They are moving on to inviting some of those people that are on the land. And under President Salif, there were land purchased at the edge of Johnsonville for cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
So people are also encroached on the land. So we are calling those people to talk to them. And yes, the city needs cemetery. It don't have to be in the city of Paynesville. You can have a cemetery outside the city that is owned by the city. So we need a cemetery because I don't care whether we like it or not, there will be people that will die and there will be people that will continue to die. So we should have somewhere to dispose of them and in a respectful manner. So we have to have a cemetery, even well more than us, because now go to other country, cemetery are now area that people don't want to go. Some people want to go sit in the cemetery, have a quiet time. So you have to make the cemetery modern. You see what Mr. Ure is doing in Carisburg. You see the other cemetery, Castle Memorial. You make cemetery in that way, respect for the dead people. So we have to have something like that in Paynesville.
A couple of concerns. I mean, there is this group of young people in Paynesville that are advocating for Paynesville Community College. Do you support a Paynesville Community College establishment?
100%. I support a Paynesville, a University of Paynesville,
Mhm.
because our city government is a government all over the world. You go, the city government run the city school. All of the Ministry of Education shouldn't be running school. They are there for policy.
Mhm.
So the municipal government of Paynesville should be running the school. And when we are running a school, we should be able to build university. A city, a city with over 700,000 human beings
Mhm.
should have a university. And the lawmaker in Paynesville, headed by Honorable Marco Thomas,
Mhm.
came up with an idea like that, and they reached out to me because I studied also in education administration, because as a long in teaching and doing a master in education administration. So they gave me the document, and I think we need to do so. We have error.
Mhm.
Margaret Thomas recommended the telecom building opposite Winter,
Mhm.
that we can start with that building. I was talking about the Morovia Vocational Training Center. You can transform that place into a technical university. So you still have the technical, you have other things. We can even include urban planning, because it have not been done yet. I know the Liberia, the University of Liberia, try to do it. They are in the process in doing it.
Mhm.
But we need a University of Paynesville. And if we run it well, it can be the best university in the country. Because if the city government pay more attention, you go in Nigeria, in the various states, the state government run their
Yeah.
schools,
Yeah.
and how you run yours, make it better. So if we try to decentralize our activities, maybe Paynesville can run the best school system in the whole country, and other local government or other entity can pick up from us.
Okay, Mayor. Let's try to take calls. I know the time, but you interact with your people. You're listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. I am Varflay Kamara, and Mayor Robert Bestman is here, the mayor of the Paynesville city. Call us on 080514096 0770581886. Please, 30 seconds. What's your name?
Thank you very much. This is Ellis S. Conan, the chairperson for the intellectual class of Paynesville.
Go straight to the point.
Say congratulations to Honorable Bestman for his appointment as city mayor for the Paynesville city. But Honorable Bestman, the intellectual class of Paynesville have some recommendation to you. Will be coming to your office soon so that we can sit and have conversation.
You're welcome.
Communication arm of the city government need to be very proactive. Like what you're explaining now about primary waste and secondary waste. Not many Nigerians know about that. Not many citizens of Paynesville know about that.
Okay.
So the just be that government responsibility is to just go to their home and take that. You're not taking that when away, mean the city government not working. So we have a lot of recommendations that we are coming to your office. But please pick up phone, pick up your call. When people call you, please pick up your call. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank you.
try.
Morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Straight to the point. Straight to the
Good
point.
morning, Varflay, and good morning to Mayor Bestman. This is Lawrence David, and I call from Paynesville. Let me commend the mayor. Thank you for your support as it relates to the establishment of a Paynesville Community College, and your support also gave a further push to the young people as it relates to the application. So we want to say thank you so much for joining us as it relates to the establishment of the Paynesville Community College.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, this is Ishmael Isaac James, and I call you from Fuya County, Liberia.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, thank you. Let me appreciate the city mayor in the studio over there this morning for the basis he's laying down. I thank you so much. And I believe one thing that make me to actually call this morning is that when we want to do the transfer of a certain set of groups, like those who are saying the bidder ball, you will not transfer from A list of B. When you need the transfer will not take place. Those you transfer, they also will come back.
Okay.
So for that idea, I love it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
JJ. I'd like to commend Mayor Bestman for his huge job and to remind him that the lofty heights of decentralization must be pursued to the letters.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, what's your name?
My name is Jameson. I'm calling from rehab.
Yeah, let's hear
I
you.
want to take you to the mayor in studio, but I have a little suggestion concerning the Omega market. I think the market should be structured in a way or international way, like he's being around places where Lapo supposed to be, Lapo be there. It shouldn't be mixed up with fish. It have also like everybody in their position in their specific area. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We can take a call and go back to the mayor. Call us on 080-514-096. Let's hear from this person quickly.
Good morning, Varflay.
Morning. What's your name? Quickly.
My name is Gerald Tilo from the Federation of Paynesville Youth.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me use the time to commend the mayor for the level of conversation this morning on the show, and I want to assure him that the Federation of Paynesville Youth stand ready to work along with the administration. We will be joining him on Saturday to kickstart his activities that he'll be doing within the city.
Thank you.
And we'll be waiting to also join him on to come to his office by Wednesday to discuss some issues as it relates to the city.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Mayor, yeah, you can respond to some of the concerns.
Thank you so much. And I want to speak to the young people. I came from the same youth background, and I was very active as a young man. I met some of them at my home in rehab. I told them we need them. One of such active person have been Lawrence. He has engaged me more than any other young man. So other you guys are welcome, so we can talk about the city of Paynesville. And then Dr. Roosevelt JJ, I can rest assured, I was with you when we was doing the local government act, and we went all over this country. You leading the decentralization process. We together put that document together with the GC, and we will implement every portion in the city of Paynesville. And I have started now on the revenue sharing law because we were together. We made those laws. We wrote them, and there's no need that we can't implement it because it's a law on the book. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Well, he's the mayor of the city of Paynesville, Honorable Robert Bestman. He's been my guest on the show this morning. My name is Varflay Kamara. Join me tomorrow for another presentation of the Super Morning Show. Bye.
Something constructive.